really special guest today, John Lee Dumas, JLD. He's the host of the Entrepreneurs on Fire podcast. He's recorded more than 4,500 daily episodes with more than 174 million total views. JLD, it's awesome to have you here today.
Well, I'm fired up to be here. Thank you for having me.
Pete Vargas said in an interview with you that one reason for your success is you take care of yourself spiritually. What does that look like?
It means getting outside. It means getting away from screens, getting away from noise, artificial light, and just breathing in the fresh air, walking on grass, feeling the ocean breeze against my face, watching my dog run ahead of me and then run back towards me, like just being out in nature.
You posted 4,500 podcast episodes. That's impressive. Why do you post so many?
I think if you're going to do something, you need to be the best. And for me to be the best, I have to be the only. Because I'm not Oprah Winfrey. I don't have some unbelievably natural interview skills. So how do I become the best? I become the only. Entrepreneurs on Fire is the only daily show in the world interviewing entrepreneurs. So I'm the best. I'm also the worst. I'm the only.
You are the best, JLD. That's why I'm talking to you. What is your monetization strategy and how did you come up with it?
Well, over the years, it's definitely changed. I mean, we've had almost 13 years of running the business and revenue streams have come and gone. Sponsorships continue to be a huge part of our revenue. Courses, affiliates, books. I've now written 5 books. Coaching, masterminds, events. I think you want to be diverse in your revenue streams. I think you want to try a lot of things and see the ones that make sense and that fit, and then see the ones that don't, and walk away from those. So that's been really fun for me.
What do you think is the most high value for time out of all those?
I would say the sponsorships, because they allow me to just create a number of episodes, which I'm doing anyways, and then generate revenue based off of those episodes as they're being published. And one of the great things about doing 30 episodes per month, that's a lot of inventory. That means you have a lot of sponsorships. So where most shows are once a week, what happens then? Well, you can have 4 sponsors per month, maybe 8 if you do 2 per episode. I can have 60, sometimes 90 if I do a third mid-roll. That's just a lot of opportunity for revenue.
So how do you make the call when to start looking at sponsorships? Because if you're growing, you don't want to turn away your audience by too much advertising.
You never want to do too much. It's got to be measured. It's got to be, 90+% value, maybe 95%. And then listen, if you're delivering free value to your audience, if you can find a meaningful way to weave in sponsorships, you should do it from day one. Now, how do you do it from day one? You know who your audience is and who you're speaking to. And you say, what problems and obstacles and challenges do they have? Okay. What products and services solve that challenge? Okay. Then you go to that company and you scroll to the bottom of their website and you click on the affiliate tab and you become an affiliate. And you start promoting their products and services to your audience and utilizing your affiliate link. You're not signing a contract for them to be sponsors. They don't even maybe know that you're promoting them on your sponsor on your podcast. It doesn't matter. But you can from day one be promoting products and services that your audience needs. Or, and I even recommend this, first and foremost, if you have something like this, why are you not sponsoring your own podcast? Why are you not promoting your products, your services, your books, your coaching, your masterminds?
Yeah, great point. By the way, man, I love your energy, given the fact that you're doing how many of these today? Like 20 or 30
15.
of these? 15? Okay. Yeah. And you do that regularly. So
Yep.
I respect your energy.
Thank you.
Yeah. I guess it keeps you in the game.
Well, listen, sometimes people light up, when they hit the dance floor. Some people just love to dance. Some people hate dancing. They cringe. I love getting on calls like this and having conversations like this. Like, I really do enjoy it. Like, it's fun for me to speak with cool, smart people. And guess what? Somebody that's creating a show like you, like me, like others, like, frankly, you're cool. You're smart, like you're driven. Otherwise, you'd be playing Fortnite right now, wasting time and energy. And nothing against Fortnite. I have my, things that I like to do on the side as well. Like, I like to have fun. But I mean, if you're talking to somebody who started a show, they're driven. They're doing it for a reason. And I like talking to those people.
Appreciate it, man. And that's why I started this show, so I could talk with like-minded people, because it's hard to find in your day-to-day life, right? And those people often feel lonely because they're like, well, where are the other guys like me? They're nowhere to be seen. So
yeah, and depending on where you are, in a small town in Canada or South America, you maybe not be within 100 miles of 5 like-minded people, but you're a click away from surrounding yourself with those people. Even if you're listening to one of my podcasts. Like, that's why I end every single show by saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You're hanging out with JLD and Johann today. So keep up the heat, because we're 2 of your 5 right now.
Well, I'm impressed you got my name right, dude. You
I
must
just
have done
looked
some
at
research.
it. I'm like, that looks good.
That's pretty good, man.
Johann D'Souza.
Yeah, thank you. What a name. Okay, I'm sure you've had a lot of success, and that comes with a lot of mistakes. And at the same time, in your professional journey, I'm sure there's a lot you could say, but what would you do differently looking back?
I would have started offering products and services earlier. Like, again, I wish somebody had told me, hey, John, you should offer a coaching program, a mastermind program. You should offer a product or a service. Like, create that and start from day one. Because why would you not be wanting to put solutions in front of your audience? And again, in a meaningful way, like not overloaded. You don't want to start, I used to give Tim Ferriss crap all the time because like the first 7 minutes of his podcast are like sponsorship ads. I'm like, people hate that. Like, you want to hook people, get them interested. And then if they're listening to you for a while, and then you say, hey, listen, it's hard work doing this podcast. So thank you for letting me have sponsors so I can keep doing this for you for free. And thank you for, taking a second to listen to the sponsor and maybe supporting us by supporting the sponsors. And if not, no worries. You're still going to get this content for free. But I just want to say thank you. Like, that's the way you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have that authenticity, which is what's attractive, because you can't be running 4,500 episodes doing it fake. So, and people can tell.
You just got to be yourself, man. That's why people are like, wow, like you have so much energy. And I'm like, yeah, but that's me day to day. Like, I was at PodFest last week, which is a great podcasting conference in Orlando, Florida. I got to keynote the entire event. It was a lot of fun.
Congrats.
And people have been listening to me for years. They come up and they say, John, wow, like I'm talking to you for a couple of minutes. And I thought that you were kind of like, you kind of had like a certain persona, which I liked on the show, but that you'd be different in person, but you're the exact same person. And I'm like, that's me. I got up on stage and I sang Baby Got Back for the karaoke night. We had a blast.
There's no other way to live, man. If you're not yourself, then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So where in the journey of this 4,500 episodes did you start thinking, hey, I'm actually getting some traction here. This thing might actually work?
At about the 6th month point, I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey, your podcast is cool. Can you teach me how to podcast? And I was like, oh, I still feel like I'm brand new at this, but obviously I know a lot more than this person about podcasting. So to him, I'm an expert. I sent him back like a $3,000 3-month program, and he sent me the money right away. And I remember he got home and I was like, I just made $3,000. She's like, what? Because she still thought what I was doing was crazy, which it was.
That's hilarious, man.
It was so fun.
That's great, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to lay out my vision so that you can tear it apart. So my vision is to transform the world for good. This is Values First Collective, launching in February. So it has 3 arms: Values First Therapy, which provides modern psychology with traditional family values. That's dignity of human life, created male and female, and the beauty of chaste love. That's Values First Therapy. Virtuous Leadership, that's these podcast episodes inspiring the next generation of virtuous leaders. And then Values First Parenting. The idea is I want to help parents form 10 million loving families. I think the loving family is the best good on earth, and it's the solution to so many problems. So for that, I'm starting a webinar and course series, some AI tools to help parents practice. I know that's a big overview, but you've had a lot of experience. What advice would you give someone in my situation?
I would say you're doing a lot of things right with what you just shared. One of the bigger things I think that you're doing right is the fact that you are niching down into a really specific topic, like you're not going too broad. So I would really keep even maybe digging a little deeper into those things. I never this is a personal thing, so disregard it if it doesn't serve you or you don't resonate with it. But when people are like, I want to help 10 million, like that's such a big number. We don't get that. What's a much more personal number is you saying something like, my goal is to help 1 family a day become more loving. Like we can see that, we can feel that. And that's a huge impact. And guess what? Maybe some days it's going to be 10. Maybe some days it's going to be 1,000. Maybe some days it's going to be 0. But it's like that, to me, that's a great goal. 1 family a day. Because now I hear that, I'm like, I'm picturing a family right now. And I'm like, that. You say 10 million, I'm like, I don't even understand what that number means.
You also sound like a globalist, which is not something I want to avoid.
Like, let's get personal. Like, let's get down to the roots. Because, frankly, if you helped 1 family a day, that'd be unbelievable, successful. And then I think like with a show like this, I would sit down if I were you, and I would really dial in like 5 to at most 10 questions, maybe like 5 to 7 really specific questions that are going to ensure that you're pulling out what you want to get out of the guest. Like, for instance, I'm on 15 of these shows today, and 14 of them ask me the exact same questions. How'd you get into podcasting? How do you make money podcasting? How do you do this? How do you grow your... And that's fine. It's their show. I answer the questions, but it's the same old, same old. Like, what I think a show should be is really knowing who your audience is, your perfect listeners, sitting down and maybe using ChatGPT to help, because it can be really helpful, and really coming up with like 5 to 7 unique, special questions that your guests have probably never heard before, which is going to really make for better conversations too, because it's going to make them think. It's going to make them like really dig deep. For me, like, people ask me the same questions all the time. I give them the same answers because the answer is the answer. And it's just like, I'm just basically on repeat mode. That's not, very challenging to me. It can be helpful to people because it's the right answer, because it's the only answer. It's my answer. But 5 to 7 questions of like really unique and special, again, to what you're building, to like what your audience needs. Like, that should be the show.
Incredible. If someone has a sense of how many questions to ask, it's you. You've been doing this for so long. One thing, you interview a lot of people. Some people are really high profile. Some people aren't. What is the balance between, is it better to interview a ton of people of lower profile or a few people of higher profile?
A ton of people of lower profile. You got to put in the reps. It's always about how do you do more and more and more. Like, I started a second show that has nothing to do with entrepreneurs on fire. It's called MicroStrategy Today. And when I was thinking about doing that show, it's about Bitcoin and this company called MicroStrategy, because I'm passionate about it. I'm like, I'm not going to do it once a week. Like, I got to do it every single day. That's the only way that I'm ever going to get better. And my show has gotten so much better so fast because I'm doing it every single day. If I was doing it once a week, it wouldn't be there. It just wouldn't be successful because it'd be getting good so slowly. So it's all about frequency through the roof, because high profile, low profile, these individuals have amazing content to share. So always go for a quantity.
You said speak to my audience. I'm going to take a risk and do that right now. My audience is based Catholics. I saw you went to Providence College. What role does Catholic faith play in your life?
None, really. Loved Providence College. I took a couple theology courses while I was there. I went to church. We had this great 10 p.m. church service that like everybody went like in their Providence College sweatshirts right on campus. And it was like the sermons were like geared towards college students. So it was like really relevant. And it just kind of felt like you were a family there. And that's what I love about religion, is that like it serves so many people who need connection, who need, family, who need like-minded people to surround themselves with that are, doing good things in this world and have good values. My stage in my life, it's not a part of my life. Like I kind of shared at the beginning of this episode, I do consider myself spiritual. I like to get outside and kind of be one with nature and with earth and that kind of thing, but nothing in the traditional sense.
Well, I appreciate you answering that question, and I pray that you can find the joy that myself and other people have found. And yeah. I appreciate you, man. Seriously, thank you so much, and thank you for what you do. Keep killing it.
Thank you, man. And listen, I'm open to whatever may come. I'm closed off to nothing in the future. I know when the time is right, if the time is ever right, I'll be here with open arms.
Sounds great, man. Thanks, JLD.
Adios.
Really special episode here with JLD. I'm really glad that he was able to join and that y'all, the audience, were able to benefit from his words. Let me know your feedback on this show. Feel free to like, subscribe, send me some comments or questions that you think I should have asked or questions I should ask to future